Everybody, how's it going? It is time to wrap up another limited series, and this one, of course, featuring brand new Aston Martin Vulcan AMR Pro. Alright, the car is worth some 825 gold, and we just have one final tier to complete. And since today's bonus is a little bit of extra fame bonus, I think it's 25% extra. So we'll pick the longest race, which is going to be the Cup at Catalunya Grand Prix. PR 87.3 required here. And it's going to be a 6-lapper. And I do want to complete this event without having to service this car again. So I ran out of time, 3-hour instant service while I was running. But I did manage to get through more or less majority of it. So, and this one just has 2-hour service time, which is a nice break. Because like the Ferrari that we had a time trial competition for, that one had like 4 hours and change for service time, which is longer in the game, because most cars are like 3 hours, kind of a standard, right? Anyway, so PR 87.3, of course you reach it by getting 3 upgrades across the board, as I mentioned in the overview video, for the cost of some 293, where did I get that number from? No, that's the net cost. 431 gold up front. And then there are opportunities to win back some of it. So namely, you get 65 back from this event itself. So speaking of, let's head on into this Cup race. And yeah, we got some competitive flag bots in the grid, since when I don't have like endurance race that I need to run, that's when it's like a queue, like, okay, now you don't have to bot train. Why endurance? Just because I don't want to make the video any longer than necessary, for the most part, if I don't have to. Alright, so here we go. We got drafting happening here. And I know, Catalunya circuit, some people think of it as, well, mainly in the F1 side of things, people think this is kind of a boring circuit. It's all the training's done here, right? Preseason training. But in the game, this is I guess we understand why it is. It does become kind of a boring track, because it is a good circuit to like test the car, like in game as well as I guess in real life as well. So I do actually appreciate the Catalunya circuit. This is kind of a fun circuit in the game, because you do, I mean, let's see, like Silverstone is about as standard as a laid out circuit goes. It's a classic, right? Then of course there's some longer circuits with some elevation, like Spa and the Mount Panorama. Those are also very fun. But yeah, without going to the extreme, the Catalunya, I think, is a good benchmark circuit. Whatever that means. I know. Come on. Stop yapping. Pay attention to racing. Totally missing that corner. Alright. So, darkness. And what were some other faster bots? Oral Pod. Voodoo Voodoo behind isn't one of the fastest ones, as far as I understand. But Darkness definitely is one of the fastest bots, the flag bots the game will throw at you. Maestro Man, yes, that's also a pretty good one. And let's who was in the front again? I forget. Rattlesnake, right? Not to be confused with a rattlesnake. Which every time I see that name, that's what I want. It's not National Circuit. You'd think I'd know after talking about this circuit for like first however long minutes of the video talking about this circuit. You think I'd have a better understanding of how to drive on this circuit, but apparently I don't. Anyway, here we go. Let's chase down the leader for some extra fame today to kick off today, since this is the first video I'm making today, or first race I'm doing today. And yeah, and then of course in the world of Real Racing 3 currently there's a bit of a controversy going on surrounding the in-app purchase access for the early access for the Interlagos circuit, right? With the new car. I am in US, so if I decide to run it, it'll cost me like $19.99 plus tax. I know that's something that they do in the US. So weird. I know. I don't think anywhere else they do that, where they don't include the tax in the price that you have to pay. But anyway, yeah, that's a hefty chunk of change for something that is eventually, the track's going to be available for everybody in the next update. So it's just early access. Now, is the car going to be available if you don't win it with that in-app purchase? I don't know. I mean, that seems like that would be kind of a missed opportunity for the developers, since you know, if you have it available in the car in the future, maybe that's why they don't tell you explicitly that it'll be available in the future. Because if then, maybe everybody will just sit it out until next update. Yeah, I don't mind waiting. That's fine. You know, I am not in a hurry. And I know there's a time trial featuring the very said car that also I don't really, I mean, sure, it'll be fun, but not for the one of the more expensive in-app purchases that I've seen. Yeah, take that, buddy. You get stuck behind slow car 2 now. So yeah, keeping a new circuit behind a paywall. That's yeah, not a trend that we'd like to see in the game. I mean, certainly, like, for $20, that's, I feel like if they brought it down to more reasonable price for in-app purchase in the game, they probably would bring in more revenue, because more people would be like, it'll be more justifiable for more people to just, you know, spend a couple of bucks as opposed to asking for. Because now if you are, let's say, like VIP car price, and yeah, and by the way, with the, I don't think the car is even VIP'd, which is another frustrating part. So if for $19.99 plus tax, if the car is VIP'd, I might be a little bit more tempted, because, you know, the car of that caliber probably would cost about $5 to VIP, and then you get the, you know, you get to, I mean, it's still pretty steep. You know what? Never mind. $20 is difficult to justify. There, I said it. And let's see, if it were $10, half of it, and VIP was included, right? then that also changes the dynamics of the in-app purchase viability a little bit more attractive, right? Or what if it was $10? The car is in your garage because you purchased it, and then you have an opportunity to take it out on the circuit. I feel like that's a little bit more reasonable ask. You know what I mean? Because like literally this is like right now it's an entrance fee that is higher than any VIP purchase car price right now. Not giving any ideas. Don't raise the VIP in car. That would even lose more players, I think. But yeah, so in terms of keeping new content behind paywall for early access, yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be hard for me to justify, spending that much money on a single car for access for a circuit that is going to be available in like less than a month at this point. So yeah, I don't agree with that move, but they didn't ask me either, so so there's that. And let's see. And for in terms of the time trial competition they're running, yeah, because there's gonna be, I expect there's gonna be significantly less number of players participating. Certainly not the ones that are like, I don't know, maybe it's attracts newer players. I don't know. If you're just kind of dipping your toes in this game, I don't think you would be quite willing to shell out $20 for an in-app purchase access to a circuit when there are so many other contents to explore early at the game. So my guess is if anybody decides to purchase that, it'll be more or less people that have experience in this game, which then gets me to the next concern. Not concern. If I were doing a time trial competition, it would be hard to come in on a top rank, I feel, because it'll be more smaller pool of more advanced players racing for the top spot. You know what I mean? Versus like weekly time trial competition, it's open to everybody and it doesn't cost anything. You don't even have to own the car to run it. So the if you are reasonably experienced with the circuit and car, then you have a decent chance of coming in at a pretty decent rank without spending exorbitant amount of time on doing the weekly time trial competition. So yeah. Anyway, back to the series at hand here. Let's do speed record because I'm not quite at the full service bar. I mean, I am still not in critical condition, but my top speed right now, 379 kph. And the target I have to hit here at the Brickyard, 355. It was 354.9, so 355 kph. Of course, most likely you're gonna hit it when you rejoin the oval section of the circuit, not at the beginning. But if you have trouble, you can always turn back at the beginning and go backwards, or reach the end of this straight and turn backwards to extend your essentially the speedway section of the circuit to be longer, so you can allow the car to accelerate for a longer duration of time, because that's the two factors that matters, right? So the top speed and the acceleration, so your car has enough track to reach the set top speed on the spec. Though like the gasoline cars, right, in the game, none of them get anywhere near the top speed spelled in the spec. Electric cars often do. but you know, the gasoline counterparts rarely, if ever, hit the top speed that's spelled out in the specs. There we go. Just enough to claim the gold trophy. 357.42. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I generally bot train, because sometimes that target speed can be higher than even like the perfect run if you do with the limited series upgrade, because they're expecting the cars technically with more upgrades can go faster, so it might push even faster. But I don't want to spend more gold than I have to in order to just win the car, you know what I mean? So, all right, and that leaves me some 4 service bars before the car goes into critical condition, which is plenty to wrap up this series, since I only have one more event to complete in the form of Hunter at Suzuka West. And let's check out the progress here. 97% completion equals, apparently, you spend 30 extra to complete it right away if you, for some reason, need to. And the payout is 30 also, so I'll break even if I did that. But I am not going to, because I need to win as much as possible, since I spent all of it. I got all the upgrades, you know. I'm meeting the PR requirement. I paid a due here. All right, so I need to win by some 244 meters ahead of the prey car, that is the red Sylvia. All right. And Sylvia gets 40-second head start. That is a decent amount of time. What does that translate to in terms of distance? It is like 1.2 kilometers, looks like. All right. West Circuit, kind of a medium length, right? East is the shortest. Grand Prix, obviously, the longest. In fact, one of the longer Grand Prix circuits in the game as well. Like, what's longer than Suzuka? I think Spa and Mount Panorama are the only ones longer than Suzuka in the game. But obviously not the West Circuit. This is the shorter variation. Not the shortest, but shorter. Right. We just take the western half of the circuit, as the name suggests. Oh, do we have enough to? Yeah. And was gonna try to send it off sideways for the final victory, but not today. All right, fine. I think I might actually have enough service bars still left, because that was pretty short race. Easy victory, 379 meters in front of the target. All right, so there we go. Oh, it does put the car in red. Fair enough. So we'll throw it in for service, since we are done for now with this car. So here we go, 3 upgrades across the board. That gets us to the PR 87.3 that is needed, once again, for the cost of 431 gold. Some of which we are recouping as we speak after the retrieval of that final trophy. So here we go. We get to win the car. The grand prize, 2,000 victory points, 30 gold, and 80,000 racing dollars. Good deal. All right, so time to collect the car. Number 24. Very cool. Yeah, this car was fun to race. I like Vulcan, both iterations now, AMR Pro and otherwise. And extra 2,000 victory points is gonna push me to a motorsport dollar reward. Looks like 15k. Maybe there's another one. And it unlocks the bonus series. It's a single car bonus series. Unfortunately, it's and we have other AMR Pro cars in the game, but yeah, we're not gonna have access to that. We're not gonna have it go against this car in this bonus series. So, and of course, there is an exclusive series featuring this car as well. We just won't be seeing that for, at least on my account. You're not gonna see me racing that for a while because you know, the upgrade cost. Right. It's, you get about like slightly under, like, is that 10% return in investment? So let's say if you spend 1,000, well, yeah, if you spend 1,000 gold, the total reward is about like 100 gold in return. I think under that usually. So yeah, but anyway, the limited series is done. Car has been won. My gold bank has been somewhat recovered. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, take care.